It's better to give than to receive. Que lo que familia? What it do, y'all? Hope we all doing good. Hope we all being safe and everyone is having a good and blissful day. Today, this hit my spirit. Man, today is the day to be thankful for what you have, and it's better to give than to receive. So, sometimes we don't ever realize how thankful it is to give things to others without expecting anything in return. Because in all honesty, that's what God wants us to do. If we have something more than the other people or than anybody else, it's better to give than to receive anything back from them. You shouldn't expect them to pay you back, or you shouldn't expect them to give you anything back, because you're in a better place than they are. And you probably might not even be in a good place. You probably might not be in a good position. This probably might be your worst season right now. But you may have something that they don't have. You may have a car. They don't have nowhere to sleep in. You may have a house. They don't have a house. You may have a job that you're complaining about. They don't have a job. You may have, and the reason why I said home is because you may have a home that you've been complaining about, wherever it is, like your living situation, whether it be say you need one of those exterminators to come through or something, because you may have mouse or rats in your home. I mean, you might have a bunch of cockroaches in your home, and you're sick of living where you're living at. The next person is sleeping right now outside in the street, wishing that they had shelter in this time of winter or this time of season, any time of season, whatever. That's real pressure. I seen a clip of Shaquille O'Neal talking about how he was real upset that he lost a game. And I think he was out of his element the next day or that same night. And his dad called him. And his dad said, in the morning, I want you to come with me. And he said, with his dad, he answers him, yes, sir, no, sir. And whatever he says goes. So morning time comes, he ends up getting ready. Going with his dad. He goes with his dad. His dad takes him to the bridge. And he tells his dad, well, he doesn't tell his dad nothing. His dad is, well, no. He ends up telling his dad, what we doing here? And his dad tells him, Dad asked for you to speak. And his dad's the type that you can speak out of turn. So he tells him to look under the bridge. And what did he see? He seen a woman walking from under the bridge, stretching, getting prepared for the day. Then she sees a man coming from under there, along with 2 kids. And then they're both going back under the bridge. And then the woman goes back, and then the man goes back. And the dad tells him, you see, now that's pressure. Not knowing when your next meal is going to come. That's real pressure. Yeah, you over here, you rich. You're making tons of money. You're upset of a game. God gave you the position to be in a different level, to level up to your fullest potential. That's real pressure right there. Ever since then, Shaquille O'Neal said he looked at life differently, and he started helping out more. He started helping out the community. He started helping out people. I was about to say innocent, but he started helping out the poor. Which, in all honesty, y'all, that's what we should do. Help out the poor. Help out And not just anyone financially poor, but even like people mentally poor, emotionally poor. The other day, I think it was the weekend, and at that time, I didn't even think about it being a weekend. I was just so excited because this Christmas, I want to give back. This Christmas, I want to do something for the community. I want to do something for like other people who are not in a good position compared to me. So I wanted to like find a pantry place. I found one in my local area where I stay at. I called up. Now, when I'm talking to people out of habit, I always say, "Hello, who am I speaking with?" Dude was like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm just asking just because I'm talking to you. Nothing, no particular reason why." He's like, "How can I help you, sir?" But interrupted me, like, didn't even give me a chance to finish. So I tell him, "Well, my name is Damien. Now, can I have your name?" "How can I help you, Damien?" I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I hung up. I did. No, at first I said nothing, and then boom, I hung up. Then I thought to myself at that moment, I'm like, D, think about the bigger picture. So I ended up calling back again, and I said, "Do y'all have any volunteers for the kitchen or for kitchen pantry, things like that?" Dude said that he's not sure, but he ended up taking down my number, and he said that the guy that does handle the kitchen, he's currently busy right now, but that I should expect a call from within an hour and a half. So I'm like, all right. It took me a minute. I had to woosah, because the thing is, y'all, you can't let words get to you. Because if you do, then A, you're letting that hold your power. And you can't give nobody your power. I'm telling you right now, the biggest flex is not letting nothing get to you. And that's a journey for me. That's something I'm learning. So I give about like 2.5 hours. Nothing. I end up calling. I'm like, "Hey, I haven't heard nothing back. It's me. It's Damien from earlier." He's like, "Oh, yeah. So they still haven't came up yet, but I have your number down. So whenever they do, I'll let you know." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Leave it at that. It gets close to 5 o'clock. And now that place, they open 24 hours. When today is Tuesday, still nothing. Haven't heard nothing. But it's okay because that happened Saturday. So Sunday, I went back to my church. That I haven't been back. I haven't been back there in so long, y'all. And so long. So damn long. Honestly, since my incident, since I got baptized, I have not been back there. So I ended up communicating with one of the life members of the church. And I ended up telling him, like, "Hey, are you guys doing anything for Christmas? Because I want to give back. I want to help out and volunteer to the community." And he ended up giving me info right now about it. I actually just received the text today, which I'm excited about. I'm good about it. Like, because I want to do something different, y'all. I want to help out because, honestly, God gives us the ability to be able to help others out in the hand of need, those who need help. And ever since that incident, y'all, I look at life so differently now. Like, literally, like, I'm so thankful to even have fingers. I'm so thankful to even have this hand that's holding this phone right now, along with fingers, 5 fingers, my thumb as well. My thumb including the 5 fingers, I meant to say, my fault. And I'm just glad to have legs. I'm glad to have my feet. I'm glad to have my body and stuff. I'm glad to be, like, able to walk. I'm glad to just, like, do things that never really thought of normally. But we're so blessed. Even people that don't have these things, they're still blessed because, A, they're telling this story. And they're showing this story. And they're showing that life can't bring them down because of everything they've been through already. So, you got to have tough skin. You got to have tough skin because, man, it's like life can bring you down to the point of it takes the will of God to bring you back. It takes the will of God to get you out of there. It takes the will of God to make you realize what you have is beautiful. What you have is something to be proud of. So the reason why I say as well it's better to give than to receive is because we're so thankful to be alive. We're so thankful to be here, to have another opportunity to make a difference, to change somebody, to give somebody hope. Those out there who don't have hope, even those who may watch this video who don't have hope, I want you to know that, hey, continue fighting, continue praying, continue talking to God, continue believing. And I give everyone out there my salute. I give everyone out there props. I give everyone out there praises for every day fighting, to continue the fight each and every day, because it's going to get hard. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. You never hear anybody in life say, this life is easy. I have never heard anybody, I've never come across anybody who has told me this life is easy. It's not easy. God knows it ain't easy. But guess what? He will never abandon you. He will never forsake you. He would never judge you. He would never leave you. All he's asking of you is to go to him. It's to acknowledge him. It's to trust him. It's to believe in him. Have faith in him. Communicate with him. Have a bond with him. Have a friendship with him. Have a love relationship with him, man. That's all he's asking of you. Sometimes we get lost. Things what's going on in this world that we don't really appreciate the little things, y'all. We don't ever appreciate the little things. As you see right now, the lights is on in my room. There's somebody out there right now who ain't got lights in their house, who ain't got lights in their room. Some people may not even have candles to light up. And that's still the blessing if you have candles to light up your place. You know, this show a buddy of mine put me on, it's on Netflix. It's called Lost. I'm not sure who's heard of it, but if you haven't heard of that show, look it up. It's about this plane crash, and most of the survivors have survived. A little bit did not. A few of them did not. But the show is about them surviving, trying to survive on this island, and them just being appreciative of the little things. Things that like we don't even think about. Yo, honestly, my mama the other day blessed me with coffee, yo. I told her, I was like, Mama, we got cream. We ain't got no coffee or sugar. She handed me a can that you get from Walmart, a can of coffee. And then she handed me a can of creamer. At first I thought she was trying to be funny because I'm like, Mama, I already said we got creamer. We just don't have sugar. So she ended up taking it back. She was like, oh, my fault. And then she hands me a bag of sugar in it. And y'all, we've been going for the past few days of drinking coffee with brown sugar. I've never drinking coffee with brown sugar. My grandma, she from Cuba. And my cousin, he from the Dominican Republic. They say they grew up on that. I've never heard of that. If y'all have, let me know. But I have never heard of brown sugar with coffee. But I tried it though. It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. But it's not my cup of tea. I need my white sugar. So I just said, hey, bring me back that white sugar, okay? So just even those things, y'all. Just even like be able to even have a meal in front of you. A meal in front of you is such a blessing. It's such a blessing, man. And for the longest, I remember when I was younger, I always saw myself wanting to help out the community, wanting to help out those who have far more little than I do. And I'm telling y'all right now, y'all know my situation financially. Those who don't know, I don't have a job. My car, I have a car because I was planning on getting rid of it, but I'm not getting rid of it. But I'm slowly working on the damages that it needs fixed. And God is helping me through that. And God is literally teaching me right now isolation is key. And He's teaching me right now the importance of life and teaching me on how to strive, on how to get focused on my goals, get focused on my dream, get focused on my mission, on my purpose. Because we all have a purpose, y'all. And we all need to focus on our purpose. And everything shall prosper, man. I could go on all day with this, y'all, but I'm going to cut it right here. Because y'all probably don't want to hear all that. I ain't going to lie. Y'all probably may not want to hear me spazzing all day. Because I'll spaz all day. But I just want to tell you that. I want to tell you that it's good to give. It's better to give than to receive. Because sometimes there's those out there who can't give you nothing back in return. But God will give you something in return in the next life. And He will definitely give you something in return because He sees you. He will bless you without you even realizing it. Someone who may be in the same position as I may bless me because they have more than I. And I might be those people, the ones that I'm helping out right now. But don't expect nothing to come to you just because you helping out somebody. You should do it for the love. You should do it for the love of God, because God wants all of us to help out one another. We are all a community, man. Before my son was born, y'all, man, my job, granted, it's many ladies in my job. And I think my homie told me this. I was like, yo, all these ladies, most of them done got me gifts. Like, even like clothes. They're like, their child ain't fitted no more. And along with other accessories that I needed. And when it came to the day of him being born, I got off of work. I put in my PTO time to help out my lady with the child. And I came back, man, having a bunch of gifts, man. And I was so blessed, man. And I was just like, dang, like, I don't know what to give you and stuff. Like, because I've always been the type, like, if you give me something, I'm like, I got to get you something now. But they're like, you ain't got to do all that. We a community. We need to help each other out. And sometimes those are the biggest blessings. That is the biggest flex that you ought to give yourself, that you ought to give to others. Don't expect nothing in return. You should just do it just to do it. And God will bless you. God will bless you in your time of need. But don't do it and be like, oh yeah, man, now I'm gonna give me a good $100, or give me a Maserati, or I'm gonna give me now something. Something. It don't even matter. But just something ridiculous. Like, just because you helped out probably say like 2 or 3 people out. And now you won't expect God to just give you something like that. It'll be good to have, but it don't work like that. It don't work like that. God don't work like that. So I'm just telling you right now, man, be kind to others. Help out others. God will bless you. He will do it. But not in the way that you want to. In the way that needs to be done. And focus on the little things. Look at the little things. Because God is showing you something. We just need to open up our heart, not our eyes, because our eyes can deceive us. Our heart and our soul and our mind. So yeah, man. It's best to give than to receive. Best to give than to receive. And never lose faith. Keep God first. On that note, make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share. And if not, it's all good. I love you either way. Dale.